G'day guys, welcome back to the Aussie Gooner channel. And what the fuck was that? Yeah, I've already started swearing. I've already told you guys, rated R content creator. I'm not holding my tongue. I'm not going to act like a fake pundit. I'm not going to try to be Alan Shearer and Ian Wright. Not doing that. It's not what happens when you come here. Over here, you get real opinions. You get people talking in the Queen's English. You know what I mean? And we're just sitting here chit-chatting about football. Strasbourg Steve's in the building. He wants to talk about Newcastle. As you can see, this man here's got a bit of a smile on his face. He's a bit happy. He's a bit jumping for joy. He's got himself a point. Dude, how you going, bro? How you been?
Never ever been better, man. Jesus.
Yeah?
We came into you guys. Yeah, we came into your guys' ground and just cut off anything you had going for you. Last 10 minutes were nervy, I will say. But now we're on 9 hours. 9 hours without conceding a goal. So, I mean, why are we playing defensive in that game? Because that's one of our strongest, if not our absolute strongest qualities. This is why. And it worked.
No, of course.
You guys have been smoking teams.
Yeah, you guys came in with that game.
Absolutely smoking teams.
You guys came in with that game plan. And on the Insta Live, if you guys haven't seen my watch along was on Instagram Live, I was screaming and yelling about your structure. You had 2 rows of 4 dead straight. I go, this is perfect. I go, I'm a defender, so I love this. I go, unfortunately, it's the wrong fucking team that's doing it. And I watched you guys every time we went down to the wing. It was 3 players on the man. 3 players on the man. There were a bit of dark arts there. Let's be honest.
We played like dirty bastards, and I fucking love it.
See, they'll take anything. You know what I mean?
I don't give a shit. I rate it.
The time wasting.
We had to frustrate you, though. We had to frustrate you.
Well, it wasn't.
Steve. We had to.
It was slowing down the game, so that way we couldn't transition quick. That way it allowed you guys to get your shape. And that's what
rhythm. You never had a rhythm in the game until way late.
And of course you guys. Late. Yeah, you guys kept your shape. I think, look, in my opinion, would you say, let's be honest, the first 19 minutes, the teams were going at each other. Let's be honest, they were. Yeah. You guys were pressing high, and we're going. It was an exciting game. But for me, in the first 19 minutes, right? Oh, not the first exact 19 bloody minutes, but in the first 20 or so, the yellow cards start coming out. It become the yellow card cup. So you guys got yourself
Oprah handing out free cars.
I swear, bro. Bruno Guimaraes gets himself a goal, right? He gets himself a goal. So there goes the attack. Yeah, he gets himself a yellow. My bad.
Wish he got a goal.
Yeah, wish he got a goal for you guys. And then my goal would have got 2, and then it would have been 1 more, and then it would have been 2-1, and then we would have got 3, and my scoreline would have been right 3-1. But fuck, I got that wrong. So Guimaraes gets himself a yellow, right? And as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh my God, this guy's going to be that referee. It's going to be the fucking yellow card cup. And then straight after, Callum Wilson cops it. I'm like, these guys are copping cards, but don't worry. Nketiah gets one. Odegaard gets one. There were cards coming out left, right, and center. Our midfield, Granit Xhaka and Odegaard both got yellow cards within minutes of each other. The same way Callum Wilson and Guimaraes got fucking yellow cards within minutes of each other.
27th minute and 28th minute.
Yeah. 40th
with our cards, and then yours was like something stupid like that.
44. It was 40, 42, 40 and 42. Odegaard and Xhaka. Nketiah got his one right after you guys. I don't know, whatever. But it was like look at the total yellow cards that are handed out, right? You've got 5 that dropped on the floor, right, for friggin' Newcastle, and one of them was for a player who wasn't even on the pitch.
Lascelles,
what do you want? He's there like, I'm not playing, bro.
Goddamn guy. Miguel Almiron got a yellow for standing too much over the referee sprayers.
Yeah, I saw that as well, and I'm like, look, I understand the time wasting. The time wasting is going to be a fucking issue, right? Pull it up for time wasting. Pull them up. They're time wasting. Pull up and say, here's a yellow card. What? Time wasting. Stop wasting time. Next guy who wastes time, going to get a yellow. But little fuck.
You know what I want refs to do from now on? Just a quick suggestion. Sorry to interject you. We know what I want refs to do. You know what it in the NFL is? They say penalty, number this one for roughing the passer, blah, blah, blah. I want every single time, I wish the refs would do this. Every single time they give a yellow, they should have a mic and say, foul, yellow card, number 9.
Blah, blah, blah.
This guy for diving, for handball for this, so that we actually know what they're being carded for.
Exactly. Even VAR. I'd love to hear what's happening between the referee and the VAR. You know what I mean? When it's back and forth, and there's a chit chat about a possible pen, this and that. The deliberation. I'd like that, but you're not going to get that. It'd be too open.
They're just stupid.
It's
They're
smart.
just stupid.
It's just we're going to do what we want.
Every single time I watch a Premier League game, bro, I consciously pick up a remote and I turn on the screen, and I have to say to myself, I'm not going to get a good officiated game. So don't get mad about it. Don't throw freaking glass cups and destroy shit. Don't get mad about it. You need to expect it. The Premier League will never change the horrible officiating in the league because it's top dog right now.
Look, that's the way.
If Serie A overtakes it in commercial revenue or club revenue or whatever, then they'll look at the officiating.
They can get away with murder.
Say about it.
They can get away with murder.
Because everyone in the world will watch the Premier League regardless of what happens. It doesn't matter. Any scandal, anything.
Most attractive football is played here. But look, this game, to be honest, it was a tale of two teams. Arsenal coming in, high-flying, charismatic, sexy football, getting them goals. Newcastle, of course, you had your game against Leeds, struggled to score there. Looking to see if you could bounce back, but of course also making sure that you could stay in amongst the mix. The two teams came in for different results. After the 19th to 20th minute, I think it became more of our attack versus your defense. And that's what it seemed like. It
Absolutely.
Literally become, we're going to sit back and we're going to try and let's just call it park the bus or low block, right? Almost.
Whatever you want to call it.
Very defensive. Almost all out defend. Come at us. We're going to hit you on the counter. To be honest, we did ask questions. Problem was, again, the time wasting here and there, which is a very smart move. Very smart. We've got under the skin of Mikel Arteta. It took away the urgency of our attacks, and I mean, you guys obviously were able to sit back.
Rhythm.
Well, the rhythm was there.
Let you establish a rhythm.
No, we were able. We were able to control the ball. We had to pass the ball through you guys. The problem was for us to get to Newcastle, any team. It's usually the way Arsenal are going to do this is we're going to come in for an attack. You guys might save the ball, block the ball, go to clear. We'll recover quickly, which is what happened in this game. You guys would clear. Partey would do what he does the best, recover and go to attack. But as soon as we do something like that, one of your boys was making sure that he was either on the deck or looking for something. And that is the dark arts. And this is where Arsenal, unfortunately, high-flying Arsenal, come in with 67% possession in this game. Only 4 shots on target, but 17 shots on goal with no goals to show for.
4 shots on target is crazy.
4 shots on target from 17. The passes between Arsenal and Newcastle, we had more than twice the amount of passes. So obviously we all know Newcastle's sitting back. I honestly thought Newcastle were going to come at us in this game. I really thought you guys were going to try and push in this game and try to get yourselves 3 points. I thought from your perspective, to get 3 points here gives you a bit of a gap between Man United. Do you get myself? Gives you a bit of rest and at least takes you away from the Leeds game. But I think your manager put his hands up early before this game kicked off and said, look, we're not going to see 3. I'm going to be happy with 1. That's what it felt like to me. I don't know if that's what you got, but it feels like to me before the game was kicked, he goes, look,
we did make 3 offensive substitutions, to be fair. Chris Wood, Jacob Murphy, and Alexandre Maximin. So that's the one thing I could say to counter that. Those are 3 offensive subs. You made 1, and that was a defensive one.
Yeah, but we didn't have any. We didn't have any.
Arteta, I think, did recognize that there was a counterattack possibility.
No, we made the Ben White substitution was because of fatigue. You could see he was having a hard time on the right hand side. Okay. And the attacking options we got on the bench, we don't have any. Remember, it's the number 2 striker, and then there's no number 3.
Vieira didn't even deserve a chance off the bench.
Not in this game. Not in this game. No, this game.
I didn't think Odegaard was up there.
It's a battle of the midfield.
He's all right.
He was making the passes, but he was again. He wasn't at his best. But again, it comes down to 2 rows of 4 and trying to break them down when they're compact, and
we doubled up on your wingers as well.
Double or triple? Triple.
Yeah.
Triple. Yeah. 3 times, and I like that. But I looked at it and I thought to myself, okay, when you guys made those subs, I said, okay, let's see you guys make a move. Didn't really make a move. You still sat back.
Right.
And I go, okay, look, this is a substitutions for substitution's sake. I think, like I said, I believe that this was a game that Newcastle came to draw and Arsenal came to win. And Newcastle will come out on top. They've actually got what they came in for. Well, I don't know.
We were expecting. Yeah.
What were you expecting?
Sorry to. Yeah.
What were you expecting from this game? That's what I could see. And this is what I've seen. What I was expecting, what I've seen are two different things. What were you expecting, and what have you seen?
Well, yeah, like I said, I was expecting a loss going to the current league leaders who have won every single home game in the Premier League. I mean, yeah, we're great and all that, and our defense has been outstanding, but this is the test of the season so far for us.
Yeah. Keep
a clean sheet against them. That says a hell of a lot about something that we have to offer in terms of top four, or maybe even with how wacky things are, an outsider's shot at the Premier League title. If you look at Leicester City's form from match week 30 of 2014-15, that great escape miracle run they went on where they won 6 out of 8, I believe, and they survived. If you look at that to the 26th match day, it's actually very equal to what Newcastle did in 22. It's only separated by about 7 points. So what I'm saying is that Leicester went from relegation fodder. Everyone thought they were dead and buried. It was match week 30, for God's sake.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next year they're winning the Premier League title. Yeah. And what I'm saying is that we were dead and buried by December of last year. We drew to Norwich, and I thought it was just over. I was preparing championship illegal streams, all that bullshit. Yep. And then now all of a sudden, all I'm trying to suggest is we're going to get top 4, and we've done something similar to what Leicester have. So to me, I was expecting a loss because historically at the Emirates, we suck. We still haven't scored a goal at the Emirates since 2014.
The stats still scored a goal. The stat still sticks.
But the last time we haven't, and you guys, by the way, you guys have beaten us 11 straight home games until today.
So
I was expecting to lose. This is a point gained, not 2 points dropped, because I was expecting nothing out of the game. I just wanted to see us perform well and compete with another top 6 team, which we did again. This isn't a fluke. This is not a fluke that we're drawing 3-3 with Man City at home, that would go into Old Trafford, another ground we historically struggle at. No. Go away to Spurs, 2-1 win. Chelsea 1-0 win at home. Then we go to the Emirates when you guys are flying high for, it's been a while, man.
Look at our last 5 games.
With you.
Yeah. Well, our loss.
You've been blowing teams out. You've been obliterating them.
The thing is, it is hard to break down a team that plays like a low block. Any team is going to have. I've seen Manchester City struggle against teams like Bournemouth on a low block. Burnley was a hard team to beat because of their low block. When the team goes back,
beat you once at Old. At the Emirates, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, when you get a
19 or something,
when you sit down and you get a team that sits behind the ball, you can have all the creativity under the sun. If they hold their shape and they're happy to go away with a point, it's very difficult to break down. For me, I know that Arsenal aren't going to be able to win every single game in the league, but in and amongst the mix of the top 4, right, I want us to be competitive. I think in this game, this was Arsenal battering ram, going at Newcastle sitting back and saying, we want a point to get the fuck out of Dodge and play our next game. I honestly believe that none of the players that are on that pitch right now, both ends, can put their heads down. I really don't. I don't think anyone had a bad performance. I really don't. I don't think any player really, from Newcastle's end.
My only complaint would be I wish Callum Wilson could have done a bit more. I just felt like he wasn't as active as usual. I thought he was decent.
You're not gonna. It's gonna be very hard. To be the way you're playing to be active.
Moment, right? The standout moment for me was when he put some serious pressure. He did a full out sprint and on Ramsdale. You remember that when
and recovered
around to the back first half. Nearly got something out of that.
Yeah, I mean,
nearly got something out of that. Similar to the Lurie thing. That's what Callum Wilson's really good at. He can
rush.
force goalkeepers into mistakes because he'll just charge at them.
Yeah,
like
it's pressing
fucking
high.
bull, man.
It's like pressing. And look, to be honest, Arsenal did ask questions of Newcastle. Was that header that went wide from
absolutely
from Martinelli, the shot from
we had an
Nketiah.
answer every time.
Hmm?
We had an answer for your questions, your hard.
Yeah, you
questions
guys,
every single time.
you guys defended well. I mean,
that Pope save.
That Pope save. That's with his feet. With his feet.
That was brilliant.
With his feet.
You've seen goals before where the goalie sticks out his leg, but it goes a little bit above his leg, and it just takes a little.
Yeah, dinks over.
Right behind him.
Yeah.
Strong leg. Oh, look, clutch save. He's been immense for us. 10 clean sheets.
He was a good signing for you guys. Botman was a good signing for you guys. Trippier has been great for you guys. And the way I see it is when you have a team like this, right? Going forward, you had nothing. Almiron, who? He was dancing around on the wing. He did fuck all. Trippier was trying to work with Almiron, but because they were always worried about, are we going to get counted? Are we going to get counted? You could see Newcastle going forward, but at the same time thinking we got to watch ourselves going back. In the back of everyone's mind.
First half, we had like 10 minutes of some sustained possession.
Early stages. Early stages. It was a
yellow
contest.
Cards before the yellow cards, if I'm not mistaken.
Before the yellow cards, it was a good game.
Because then when you guys tried to transition, that's how Bruno got the yellow and
that's when it's like, well, now we have. And then I thought to myself, well, here we go. And then you guys sat in your shell, and this is what happened. This is where we were coming at you constantly. Almiron, non-existent. Mm-hmm. Wilson, barely there. Guimaraes, really? Mm-hmm. Guimaraes, after he got the yellow, where was he?
He got doubled up on a lot.
Yeah, but he was gone. These players were gone. And it was, for me, it was the battle of the midfield. This battle of the midfield was key. We won that battle. Xhaka, Odegaard, and Partey ruled that midfield. But the thing is, the yellow cards, the desperation tactics from Newcastle were, we're going to have to defend to save our lives. And they did that. They got themselves a point. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There is no 10 out of 10 performances anywhere. I mean, Pope, he's going to be your man.
No, I would say I would disagree. I'd go Botman. I thought he did not put a single.
No, I think Pope
wrong.
I think Pope saved you guys in this game. I think Pope saved you guys.
For him, I'd give it.
I'd give him a very high rating from a Newcastle perspective. I'd say he'd be my man.
It was a point. It was he won us a point.
He got us a point. That's right. He got you one instead of you guys losing all three.
I said Botman too.
Look, Botman's not a bad player, but I just think in this game, your defenders did their jobs. But Nick Pope,
Dan Burn on Saka did pretty well.
But yeah, Saka was carving up a lot of your boys too, though. Saka was carving up on that right hand side. I saw him take 2 or 3 players on. The only thing is, it's because when he's carving up on that right hand side, the players are already back, so the box is packed. You guys were chucking in 5, 6 players into the box. 7. Willock was already in the box. There were 7 players. So this is a game of 2 teams coming in 2 different positions in the league. Again, Newcastle, look, I said it, Newcastle are not here on a fluke. Anyone that says that Newcastle's here on a fluke, that's bullshit. They're not watching Newcastle. Everyone, like I've said, I've always had a soft spot for Newcastle. But the thing is, Newcastle here weren't expecting to be in the position they're in. Now that they are in the position that they're in, why not try and stay where we are or maybe try and improve? The idea isn't to get out of the top 4, to stay where you are. You stay where you are and you got Champions League football. And that's what Newcastle are fighting for. Newcastle are doing what fucking Tottenham would wish they could do right now. That's what Newcastle are doing, right? Defending
Tottenham have no future, though. We have.
Future doesn't exist at Tottenham, mate. That's where football goes to White Hart Lane to die. That's what it does when it goes there, you know. So I honestly think that the season the way it's going at the moment for Newcastle and Arsenal, it's high flying. The 3 teams at the moment that are looking like they're making moves are Arsenal, Newcastle, and funnily enough, Manchester United. Manchester United are up there. Newcastle are up there. Arsenal are up there. These are teams that at the start of the season, if anyone had said to a Man United fan, you're going to be fighting in the top 4, to a Newcastle fan, you're going to be in the top 4, to an Arsenal fan, you're going to be leading the pack with a fucking gap, none of us would have fucking believed that.
No one would have saw that coming. Not even one of them would have been like, interesting, okay. It would be like, not all 3 at once.
No way. And right now, I think I think you guys,
Liverpool and Chelsea, you could add on to that as well. Liverpool being 7th. Chelsea being
8th.
9th.
No, 8th is it or 9th? Is it 8th or 9th?
Brighton won, so they.
Oh, Brighton won. That's right. Yeah.
They fucking absolutely. I had that game on as well. They absolutely just bulldozed Everton.
It was four goals. It was 4 goals.
4-1.
Yeah, Borja was.
4-1, and the goals were magnificent. No,
Trossard apparently is still scoring.
Europe. Yep, he was tremendous. Oh, Chelsea are 10th.
10th. No. Oh my God. 10th. So Chelsea hit 10th. So guys, the league's
behind Brentford, Brighton, Fulham.
Yeah, so
Liverpool, Spurs, Man United, Newcastle, Man City.
The current table: Arsenal on 44 points, sitting, of course, perched high on top of the table, of course, where we belong. Manchester City sitting, of course, in second now. That gap is getting smaller now because they're going to win their next game, so there's 36. There's Newcastle sitting there, 1 game ahead of Man United. They've played 18, so they've played more games than anyone else, but they're sitting on 35 points, equal with Man United, but with a fucking 10-time better goal difference. Spurs, well, they're equal, 30 points.
Our goal difference, by the way, is really, really good. By the way,
yeah, you guys,
21.
Yeah, if you look at the top 3 teams and look at the goal differences, and they're the only teams with the fucking goal difference that high. Like if you look at it, Arsenal, City, and Newcastle are first, second, and third. I know that Man City have got a better goal difference, but let's be honest, the Haaland trained, the one-dimensional attacks are starting to fucking take their toll. Liverpool, Spurs, Liverpool, Fulham, Brighton, Brentford, then Chelsea. Fuck, Graham Potter is in trouble.
Albeit they have 2 games in hand, Chelsea on Brentford, but they're not going to win those games in hand.
No, at the moment, with the rest
games in hand are meaningless if you lose them.
The teams that have played the most games right now are Newcastle, it's Fulham, it's Leicester, it's Bournemouth, and Everton. Those are the guys that have played all 18. Most of the rest of the teams have played 17 games, except for Manchester City, who have got 16. Chelsea have got 16, of course. So Chelsea really 1 game in hand, gets them 3 points, gets them 28, right? That could propel them from...
And Chelsea ain't getting 3 points next match, by the way.
No, they're going to get hammered. They're going to get reamed. They'll be lucky to get 1. So the way I see it, look, guys, this game has come and gone. Like, it has come and gone. Newcastle have taken 1 point. Arsenal have taken 1 point. We've shared the spoils. 2 teams have come in with 2 different plans of attack. Newcastle are able to low block their way to a point and then move on to fight another day. Arsenal need to pick themselves up, and we've got a North London derby coming up. And to be perfectly honest, there's blood in the water. And I'm telling you, Spurs are in trouble. They are playing a full defensive style of football, hitting on a counter, and it's tailor-made for us. Just like I said the first time, guys, it's a battle of the midfield for us between them, right? It will be the same again, and it will be much of the same again. Steve, who are you guys playing next for Newcastle?
It's either Bournemouth, Palace. I need to double. Oh, sorry, we have FA Cup.
Okay, FA Cup. Okay.
FA Cup away to Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. And then we have a Carabao Cup quarterfinal tie at home to Leicester City, which I feel pretty good about. And then we're at home to Fulham, away to Crystal Palace.
Easy.
At home to West Ham United.
Ooh.
And then to cap off February, away to Bournemouth, at home to Liverpool, and then at home to Brighton.
You got a good run up until the Liverpool Brighton thing. You got a really good run.
I think we'll beat Liverpool though. Liverpool have been absolute dog shit away.
I can't see
Terrible.
why not. I can't see why not. I think Arsenal
Terrible.
We've got a tough run coming up, but to be perfectly honest, I was expecting us to drop points.
You'll beat Man United.
We got Spurs and Man United. I know Spurs is a guaranteed 3 points. Man United, the way they are, I think it's going to be a tough game.
Ooh,
Man United's going to be tough. Man United's going to be tough.
The Spurs won. The Spurs. Okay, you know me. How I like I love basing it off head to head because it just seems to repeat itself, right? And
remember, you said you like going head to head because it likes to repeat itself. What happened here?
No Newcastle goals.
Yeah, but you see, you usually lose to Arsenal at home. You guys drew
11
today.
straight times we've lost.
Yeah, so
since 2010.
And right now I've got Spurs, who I knew we were going to destroy in the first North London derby. Now facing
When was
us.
the last time you beat them at White Hart Lane? 2014?
Oh, bro, it's been I can't even remember. It's been donkeys. In the Prem, it's been donkeys.
Yeah, because League Cup, I think.
Yeah, League Cup, we've done it and all that, but not in the Prem. I think to be perfectly honest,
it's been like around 10 years, right?
and I think it's been less than that. I think it's been 6 or 7 years. I think it's been on 6 or 7 years. Yeah. But the way I see it, I think Spurs have to assume the position in this one. They're going to play one-dimensional football, and that'll be it. I think you've got an easy run.
They're shy.
And it's great to watch. I mean, Conte, I want you to stay. You know what I mean? To be honest, honestly, Steve, in this game, the way I look at it, share the spoils, move on to the next one. There's only one more point that I want to touch on, and everyone's going to ask me. There's 2 penalty shouts, right, in this game. 2. And I want to cover them, right? The last penalty shout, I called it. I was like, give him a pen. I'm an Arsenal fan. I just want a pen, all right? His arm is in a position. He's turning. You get what I'm saying? It's last ditch. To give that a pen would be a tough shout. But you'd agree with me on that one. But the Gabriel situation where pretty much his shirt's been taken off him, right? Pretty much his shirt's been taken off him. You would expect that to be given a pen. If you think about what happened,
bro, both of those probably should have been penalties, man.
Not the last one. I have to disagree with the handball because he's turning, bro. Imagine you're turning your back. Where's your arm gonna be? Your arm. You can't.
Right. You can't be like.
You're not a machine. You're naturally you're gonna go. Okay, I'm turning, and your arm is gonna be beside you. So, and it's literally
super close to the ball too. Yeah.
Fast. But the Gabriel shirt.
No, that was, but yeah.
I think that would have been.
Again, I'm taking my point and I'm getting the fuck out of London.
Yeah, get the fuck out of Dodge. It's like I'm taking my point and I'm gone. You know, I got lucky on this one.
Seriously. Again, yeah, bro. Like I said, we played like dirty bastards. Love it. I rate it, and we got away with it.
And you got away with it.
Yeah.
So Gabriel,
take advantage of it. You know,
look,
take advantage of other people's fuck ups.
Points are points.
What it is, man.
Points are points in the end. And to be
honest,
honest,
what am I supposed to do? Do you want? And I've had so many Arsenal fans fucking messaging me, being like, "Oh," I'm just like, "What do you want me to do? Write a letter to the Premier League saying, I want you to give them a penalty. I want you to give them a penalty." It's like, no, bro, it happened. Move along. You guys were not good enough today to win, and you're screaming and crying. Not you. No, screaming and crying for a penalty.
The penalty. And
that's how good we were at defending. By the way, also that's also a low key shout to us.
Look. The thing is, the penalty was a clear cut on Gabriel, but it's come and gone. And I never base a win on a game. It should be a pen. You know, we should have relied on a pen. We should have been able to put this game away. But unfortunately, for all the attacks, for all of our attack, for all of our efforts, unfortunately, Newcastle were just lucky enough to get through with a point. End of the day.
Except the Pope save. The
Pope save was good. The Pope save, honestly, any other keeper, that's a goal. Nketiah would have been on the back of the net. That would have been 3 goals and 3. But Pope, I've always rated him. Great keeper. And I've said that before this game. I go, Nick Pope is quality. Look, Ramsdale almost got caught out in this game. Both keepers didn't really have too much to do. Pope had a bit more to do than Ramsdale, really. But that's only because you guys are sitting back. So you guys are inviting the pressure. End of the day, guys, this is football. The penalty that stands, you've got a Newcastle fan here telling you, yes, the Gabriel penalty was a penalty. Yes, we're looking at Odegaard get that foul for shirt pulling. Yes, that was a foul. And just like that was a foul, in the box, that should have been a penalty. But unfortunately, Steve's not making a call, and Steve's not making a call because if we did, it would have been a pen. I disagree with the second penalty. I don't think that was a pen because it's just too tight. He's turned his body. There's no room for him to do anything else. So it's tight. But the first shout is fair and square. End of the day, guys, onward and upward from here. Arsenal top of the league for a reason. We ain't fluking it. We are playing expansive football. We are playing with desire, passion. We are pressing. We are attacking in numbers, and we are scoring goals. It just means that sometimes you're going to get a draw. Previous seasons, this could have been a loss in a similar sort of situation. Maybe not with Newcastle, but in the same sort of situation. If this was Burnley, this could have been a loss. Last-ditch effort. Burnley get a goal, and we go down 1-0, lose 3, and I've seen that before. So, guys, heads up. Steve, where can I find you? Just wondering.
Yeah, so I'm on Newcastle Fans TV a lot. Doing post match stuff and also some watch alongs and whatnot. So that's the kind of the main place. You can follow me on Twitter, Stove Mahala, Machala. Strasburg Steve Kits, Kits on Instagram. And then you can find, my YouTube is just Strasburg space Steve. I do a bunch of watch alongs on there. So
You got to check him out.
Primarily where you can find me.
You got to check this guy out. You got to check him out. Newcastle fan for a long time. He's seen it all. I've seen a lot about Newcastle too. And to be honest, look, top fella, as you can see, much like myself, calling a spade a spade. I don't like fuckwits on my channel. Even if you do want to be a fuckwit and come on my channel, by all means, in the end, you're just going to get fucking ended. So I invite fuckwits. Come in, because it's like cockroaches. But most of the time,
I am.
We don't do that, man. It's not worth it. It's like leading it's like leading the sheep to the wolves. It's like not a good idea.
Yeah.
But guys, look, onward and upward. I hope. Look, don't feel dejected after this game. This is what happens. You know what I mean? We've won Premier League titles
when you face
before.
the best defense in the league.
Statistically, yes. At the moment, yeah. Statistically, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Happens, man.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I know the arguments if Jesus was there, it's all if, buts, and maybes. It's all if, buts, and maybes. A point shared, onward and upward. Spurs around the corner. Guys, from Steve, from Aussie Gooner Steve, it's Uru, guys. Catch us all later in Uru.